If you only have £1,000 to invest, where should you invest it? This question gets asked a lot in my Instagram DMs or in YouTube comments, and a lot of people, they only have £1,000 spare. If you're watching this video and you only have £1,000 total, as in your total life savings, then do not invest this. You're going to want to only invest money which you can afford to lose. So if you're investing money and you lose this money and it will affect whether you can pay your bills, you can pay for any upcoming unexpected expenses, then do not invest this. You need to have an emergency fund before you start investing. Ideally, 3 to 6 months of your total expenditure every single month, which just covers any unexpected expenses. Let's say your car breaks down, you lose your job and you have to pay for your expenses before you find a new job. This is obviously number one priority, and then you can focus on investing your money. So let's say you have that emergency fund and then you have £1,000 spare. Where should you invest? Firstly, I'm going to talk about where you shouldn't invest. If you only have £1,000, personally, I would stay away from cryptocurrencies. While I've personally made, a fair amount of profit from cryptocurrencies, this was because I did invest early on and then I've taken my profits. Nowadays with crypto, the volatility is quite insane and it can move, hundreds and hundreds of percents in a single day. And as you've seen with cryptos such as Luna, it can lose 99.99% of its value overnight. And if you only have £1,000 to invest, this isn't really what you should be investing in. Let's say you have £1,000 spare after all your other investments, everything like this, then maybe you could look into crypto, but often you're just kind of speculating whether it could go up or down. You don't really know what's actually going to happen. And with crypto, there's a high chance you could just lose all your money very, very quickly. And if you only have £1,000, you don't really want to put the risk on losing all of it within a couple of trades or just overnight. And also the other one, which I wouldn't really focus on too much, is investing in index funds. Obviously, the majority of people will tell you, okay, invest in index funds, compound it up and everything like that. But if you only have £1,000, it's not really going to give you the best returns. On average, the S&P 500 returns around 7% or 9% per year. So on £1,000, that's only £70. So if you are looking to only make £70 per year from an index fund or from your investment, then go ahead and invest in the S&P 500, for example. But whilst you only have a small amount of capital, £1,000, you are better off investing it in other things which will actually generate you more income rather than just putting it in the S&P 500 for passive income. Personally, if I only had £1,000, I would invest this into learning about money. So as Benjamin Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Investing in other aspects of your life instead of just in a crypto coin or an index fund will actually return you more money, meaning then you can invest in your index funds, depositing monthly. And particularly investing in ways of making money. There are multiple different ways you can actually use this £1,000, and a lot of people will say to start a business, to invest in books, and these are very, very good ways of actually learning about money. And we're going to talk about other ways to actually spend this money to hopefully make more in the future. If you're learning about making money, you also need to learn about the psychology about money. So how do people act when they start making a large amount of money? People often fall into the trap of lifestyle inflation. So if you learn about money, the psychology of money, even psychology about trading, this is a very, very good thing to look into, because as you guys know, 80% of all retail traders actually lost money in the forex markets in 2022. And in the stock market, 90% of people fail to make money yearly. So if you actually get money, it's not all plain sailing with actually just invest in this, and you will start making money. You need to learn how to actually manage the money, how to deal with having large amounts of money once we actually get to that stage. One free way to actually learn about money is basically on YouTube. My channel here, I also have a forex channel where you can simply learn about money, investments, how to start businesses, how to actually learn trading, how to invest your money, but this is free. So we're going to talk about ways you can actually use your money, use your £1,000 to actually make more. The first one is by buying books. You guys see in the background here, we have numerous books, and a lot of these are actually about money. One of them is literally called The Psychology of Money. There are numerous books out there, one being The Intelligent Investor. This will obviously go into detail about investing and how to do it in the most efficient way possible. And this does give you a realistic approach to investing. There are also books like The Millionaire Next Door. It talks about how to manage your finances and how you can live frugally to actually make more money in the long run. So to get ahead of everyone else by living a certain lifestyle, this is what I learned a lot from that book. And also I love reading books about businesses, marketing, and everything like this. So let's say you're looking to start a YouTube channel. If you learn about marketing, you learn about how to actually build a business and treat YouTube as a business. This can obviously pay very, very nicely in the future. If you are going to start YouTube and this is something you're actually interested in, let's say you have a topic which you love to talk about, you're very passionate about, and you feel like it can be monetized on YouTube, then £1,000 would be good to use maybe towards a camera, a good microphone, good lighting, maybe a new computer which you can actually edit your videos on. You can probably get all of this for under £1,000. Obviously this camera and microphone is thousands and thousands of pounds, including, all this setup, but you don't need that to start. I started recording my videos simply on my phone, so you don't really need a lot to start a YouTube channel, but if you actually have a topic to talk about, then definitely look at starting a YouTube channel. One main thing which you can actually spend your money on is an online course. Obviously, I actually have a Forex course, so it's going to sound a bit buy my course and everything like that, but that's not the point I'm actually trying to make with this. Having an online course is simply the best way to learn something. I'd say it is a substitute for actually going to school and being in education, because if you're in education, everything is always laid out in a curriculum. So you learn one thing one week, this week you're learning this thing, and it's all kind of laid out in the perfect order for your learning. When you actually go out buying a course, an online course, this is exactly the same. So I'm going to base it off my course and how I've laid this out. So it starts off talking about the basics. So my course is based off Forex trading. So it talks about the basics of trading. So setting up your charts, setting up your broker, everything like this. It kind of covers all the basics. And then it goes more into detail. So how do you build your confluences? How do you start backtesting your trading? So learning about the basics of trading. And then it delves more into detail about, breaking down your trades, finding setups, everything like this. So with a course, the best thing about it is everything is in one place. If you're learning from YouTube alone, obviously the best part is it's free, but you're looking at different creators. People are teaching things differently. They might contradict each other. One person says to learn this way. One person says that way is terrible of learning, to learn this way. And it is very hard to know who to trust. Whereas if you learn from one person only, it's a lot easier because you kind of know exactly how they're going to teach it. And often people that actually sell the courses do already give away free content. So if you actually learn well from their free content and you think their way of explaining things are actually very easy to understand, then you're better off buying a course from someone which you find easy to understand on their free content, because you're more likely to understand their paid content much easier than someone that isn't really easy to understand. And a lot of courses actually have, help. So with YouTube, if you comment on someone's video that they've actually taught, it might have hundreds, if not thousands of comments of people asking questions, and people won't really want to reply to these. Whereas if you're buying a course, you're spending your money, these people are going to reply to your messages. If you have questions about the learning topic, they're going to reply to you on that. So it is a lot easier to actually learn from a course which you've actually paid for than just free online content from YouTube. If you are looking to increase your earning potential, you could research courses on marketing, video editing, accounting, finance, looking at building software, maybe website design. These are all courses which, after you've actually learned from the course, you can then maybe start up your own agency, start video editing, start outsourcing your work, and kind of build up from there. Whereas it all starts with this one investment to actually learn the skill in the first place. The best investments which you can actually make are in yourself. So if you are investing in learning a skill set, this is very, very good, because you then have that skill set for life. If you learn how to video edit, if you learn how to do marketing, you can then market for any company. You can video edit for any editing style, because it will be very, very easy for you to learn from the course. And the next way to actually invest in is a Forex funded account. The reason I'm actually bringing this topic up is because I've actually made the majority of my Forex profits from trading with funded accounts. I've had days which I've made over £50,000 in 3 hours of trading, all being made possible from trading funded accounts. This does probably seem quite outlandish to someone that isn't a trader or that doesn't know about this, but if you are a Forex trader, then this will make a lot of sense. And the ROI of actually trading a funded account is unbelievable. So to put this into perspective, if you only have £1,000 budget, obviously you're not going to want to spend a full £1,000 on a Forex funded account. This would be quite stupid. But if you have £1,000, I would suggest trading with a 200k account, which will probably cost you around £700, £800. Or you could start with a 100k account, which would probably be around £400. And you pass the challenge, you prove that you can actually trade profitably, and then they give you £100,000, £200,000 to trade. The best part about this is you keep 90% of the profits which you actually make. So if you make 10 grand, you keep 9k out of that 10 grand. Another good part is that you don't have to cover any losses which you make on this account. If you're trading £1,000 of your personal money, whether you're trading crypto, Forex, stock market, any losses which you actually make come out of your own pocket. Whereas with these funded accounts, once you've actually passed, you get your refund. So you'll get that 800 back or 700 back. And then anything from then on is then profit. That is simply the best thing I've ever seen. You invest 500 or 800 or whatever, you get a refund, and then anything from then on is 90% profit to yourself. You don't have to cover any losses. Everything is just risk-free from then on. Whereas if you're trading just £1,000 in your account and you were to make 10%, you would only make £100. So the return on investment of investing 500 or 1,000 into prop firms is a lot larger than you would actually get trading your own account for £1,000. So in conclusion, the best strategy to invest £1,000 does differ depending on your situation, your risk tolerance, and your financial goals. Let's say you're someone which prefers working for themselves, then you might want to learn, let's say, trading or learn about finance and investing, because you can then trade or work without a boss. So myself personally, I'm exactly the same as this. I didn't ever want to work for someone, so I wouldn't want to become an accountant, a video editor, a marketeer, because you then have to still work for someone and do what someone says. Whereas becoming a trader, it's meant that I simply just work for myself and it doesn't rely on anyone else. And obviously only having £1,000 is easier to take risks because you're not losing as much as someone that has 10k or 100k to invest. £1,000 obviously is a smaller amount compared to this. When you have large amounts of money, it's more advisable to actually invest in the index funds, which actually return 7% a year, which means that you make 7k a year. It's better than making £70, which you actually make investing in a index fund, for example, with £1,000. But make sure you do your research. If you're looking to invest, don't end up gambling. If you don't do your research and you haven't actually tested your investment strategies, your trading strategies, then it is simply considered to be gambling. And you don't really want to do this. You might as well go to your casino, local casino, put all your money on black, which you don't really want to do. But if you use the money to learn about a specific topic, learn a certain skill set, and increase your earning potential, then each week, each month, you'll probably have £1,000 spare to invest every single week, which then you can put towards your index funds and other investments in the future. If you want to learn more about this, then be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, which is linked in the description of this video.